Hi friends, welcome to Coffee, Love, and Books. I'm gonna apologize right off the bat for kind of the poor camera and audio quality. I'm not filming this on a really great device right now, but I have to get something up this week, and it's the first week of school, and I realized I don't really have a schedule figured out, so while I'm figuring that out, I'm just gonna do this really quickly. Today I'm going to do my top 5 books so far this year. It was originally going to be of the summer, but then I realized that my summer reading, I just don't have any that stand out as much as I have some from the spring. And I'm not even doing this on enjoyability, but also how they affected me and how the memories and emotions I have connected with these books, which is why there are so many classics here. So anyway, I'm going to be doing that today. I'm really excited, and let's get started. So today I'm going to be going in the order of operations as well as I can. I read a lot of these at the same time, so yeah. Alrighty, so the first book I read this year that is in my top 5 favorites is Peter Pan. Honestly, this book didn't get me that emotional at the time that I read it. It was just a quick, easy classics read, and I really enjoyed it, but it didn't affect me as much. I really did love this book, and it made me really reconsider a lot of things. Honestly, it was just a breeze, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to one day reread it and be hit by all the emotions I kind of missed out in the first read through, because it was so whimsical and amusing, and it was just a really great book. There we go. Let me put it over there. The next book I have for this year is Hiding Place. Okay, so at first this book was a little bit hard for me to get into, and then I was obsessed. Like, I was reading it all the time, every day, everywhere, and I was just like, I just can't even with this book. It's just it affected me so emotionally, especially since it's a true story. If you don't know what Hiding Place is about, it's a true story about a woman named Corrie ten Boom, told from her perspective about, I believe she was a Dutch watchmaker who basically ran the underground during the Holocaust in her hometown. She hid Jews in her house and was arrested for it, and eventually sent to a concentration camp, and just all of her bravery and resilience and faith, it's just so impactful, and it made me want to be a better person, and just I love her. I think she's amazing, and how humble she is after all the amazing things she's done. She is such an amazing woman, or was such an amazing woman before she passed, and I love her. I think she's incredible. The next book I have is Tilty Cities, which is this is a really good example of a book that I did not enjoy for the majority, but the end got me so hard that it's on this list. Like, at first, I could not stand this book. I didn't understand what was going on. It was like super complicated, but as I went on and as I finished the book, I was just like, whoa, that just happened. And it was so incredible. It was such an amazing experience, and Dickens wrote this so well, and as hard of a time as I had getting through it, the ending just blew me away. It was so good and so hard-hitting and so that I had to make it my favorite, one of my favorites for this year. And I don't know if I'm going to reread this. I might just reread the ending, but the trudge was so worth the end, and I cannot praise Dickens' planning enough, and I cannot wait to read more by him, and just how incredible this man was at storytelling.
Also, I was kind of doing a fan casting of a Tilty Cities movie in my head, because when I was reading this, I kept picturing Anthony Ramos as Darnay slash, is that how you pronounce his name, Darnay? I might be pronouncing that wrong. Anyway, as Darnay slash Carton, and I was like, yeah, that's Anthony Ramos! I don't know why I kept thinking that, but if they do a movie of Tilty Cities, well, they've already done one, but if they do a remake of the story, or the old movie, because it's actually really bad. Like, I watched some of it and it was like bothering me. I went Anthony Ramos, and it makes absolutely no sense, but I mean, that's who I pictured as him in my head, and I just, I don't know why, but that was such a weird tangent. tangent, but I might do a whole fan casting of this book because I want a movie. I want another movie. A good movie this time. Does the book justice?
Okay. The fourth book I have is, ignore the fact that it says Silmarillion. This is my stand-in for Return of the King. I loved the entire trilogy of Lord of the Rings, but the book that stood out was Return of the King, and it made me so emotional. It made me so in love with Samwise and Aragorn and all those amazing men in the Fellowship. But I love it. Tolkien is such a genius. I loved the battles, the intensity and chaos he conveyed through his battles, and sometimes his scenes can be really boring, but when you get to an emotional, hard-hitting scene, it just goes above and beyond. And all the world building is so necessary for the immersive experience of those big scenes. And it's much like Tilty Cities, where I didn't enjoy every minute of this book. I could list so many. I might do a whole video on the books I enjoyed like every minute of, but I kind of forgot them as soon as I was done. And that would not be this. This is an amazing, amazing series that I will continually go back to, and I'm so excited to do a reread of. And Return of the King was just the best book in that series, in my opinion. And oh man, the emotional beats were flawless. Alrighty, so my last book for my favorite of the year is Mistborn Final Empire. Much like The Return of the King, it just was my favorite book in the series. It was definitely the most innocent book in the series, as much as Mistborn can be innocent. It had all of my favorite characters together, and just when you look back at the first book, you're like, oh, the people I love were alive then, and just how quickly I connected with it, and the magic system was incredible. And I love that world. I love the magic system. I might still have hangover for it, because maybe that's why I can't connect to Stormlight right away. I'm just so connected to the Mistborn universe still. But it was an incredible book with incredible beats, and it was my favorite. If you don't know what Mistborn is about, it's so complicated, I'm not going to explain it here. Go check out my whole Why You Should Read Mistborn video. It's pretty recent. I'll link it. And I love it so much. It was such a good, well done, well thought through story that gave me the worst book hangover ever. Like, oh my gosh, that series ruined me, but it was so worth it and so amazing, and I love it. I love Final Empire. I think it was definitely my favorite in the series, and definitely one of my favorite books of this year. Now I have a couple, maybe 3 honorable mentions. These are Walk to Remember, because I love this book so thoroughly. I think I still need to sort through my feelings on it before I put it on my favorites list. It was just amazing, so well done, so carefree, and the deep emotional beats were amazing. And then I have Sense and Sensibility. I didn't see, the thing is, although Sense and Sensibility was a bit of a trudge, and I'm coming to appreciate it so much more now. It's another one of those that I have to sort through my feelings on before I put it on my favorites list. I'm becoming so in love with Jane Austen's outlook on life and her outlook on human nature, especially through the character of Willoughby. And I'm so excited to just sort through it again and again, but it's just an honorable mention for now, because man, that story took a while to really sort itself out, and I'm gonna put it an honorable mention for now. And the third one is On the Fence. I loved that book, but I don't know if it affected me enough to be on my favorites quite yet. But anyway, I digress. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for how hasty and thrown together this video is. I have so much exciting content coming up, But for now, I'm just trying to figure out school and work and also all this and being able to find time to read. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next Saturday. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.